Good morning, community. Jill here with North Texas Vegetable Gardening, Canning Recipes, a little bit of everything. Got a big mess back there. We just got back from Sam's. And so what are we doing today? We're making homemade dog food. And the reason why we're doing this, guys, is because we're spending probably about $110 to $130 a month just on a very popular dog food brand. And we're noticing that the kibbles are not looking like they've been put together very well. You know, not that I think uniform kibbles are the best, but whenever I see the dog food that we're getting time after time starting to look deteriorated, I think it's time for us to start looking at ways to save money. And even if it's not saving money on the front end, and I'm going to try to get you a cost here at the end of the video, it's going to save us money on the back end. Hank is probably, he came to us 4 years ago in September. And we really don't know how old he is, but we suspect when we got him he was 3 or 4, so he's probably bumping now 7 or 8, maybe even older. But we've noticed that he's slowed down a little bit, and we think he's probably getting a little bit of arthritis. And then we have Miss Bear, our German Shepherd, who just turned 4 in March. And we think in the long run, if we start upping their food, it's going to save us money on vet bills, because we've had several of our dogs die of cancer. Tank died a couple of years ago, and then Maggie died last year, and they had cancer, and both were kind of young. I mean, Tank was barely 10 and Maggie was right at 10. And so we really think, especially Maggie was a small terrier dog, should have lasted us a lot longer and should have been with us a lot longer. So let me show you what all we're putting in our dog food. So the first ingredient, the main ingredient, is going to be ground turkey. We got 2 packs of these 2, so 4 packs. I've got 2 packs right now in the Instapot, and then I've gone ahead and I'm going to go ahead and process the sweet potatoes in the oven, because I think it's going to be a little bit quicker this time, guys. Last week when I made this, I sliced them up and cooked them with the rest of my veggies, but I think this is going to be quicker because I'm not going to have to spend time on peeling them. I'll just scoop it out once it's done. We have a huge bag of spinach here. We've got some green beans. I'm not going to use any of my canned green beans, but we got some 100% organic green beans, brown rice, broccoli florets. Now, all of this is not going to go in the dog food, guys. I'm going to package it up separately for us, but quite a bit of it will go. Carrots. Got a big bag of these, so we'll have to slice these up. And then a couple of cans of peas. My only reservation on these is they do have added salt, but I don't think I'm going to add enough that's going to make a big difference. But guys, we're just going to put a couple of these. I could not find any frozen peas. Another thing you're going to want to add is pumpkin, if you have it. Not pumpkin pie, not canned pumpkin pie, but canned pumpkin. I've got to go back there in my pantry and see if I have some, because I couldn't find that either. So let's get started. So I've cut up about 3 pounds of carrots, guys. There's really no set recipe. I'm just telling you what we're doing. 3 pounds of carrots. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in some boiling water, because these will take a little bit longer to cook than everything else. That big box of, or that big bag of broccoli had 4 packs, so I'm going to use 2 of these. I put about 4 handfuls of this baby spinach. The rest I'm putting in bags to save for us. Next, I've added my green beans to my carrots to get them cooking. Then I'll add the spinach and the broccoli. 1 batch of turkey is done, guys. I've got more in the Instapot. I'm doing it in the Instapot because it seems to be quicker and cleaner. Now, I've got a 5-gallon bucket here that I'm going to use to mix all this up. Now, this really depends on how big a batch you're making. My first batch, I used this very large stainless steel bowl, but it only made us 4 days worth of food, guys. And I'm telling you that our dogs absolutely love this, and this is just vitamin and nutrient rich for them. I've dumped the rest of my veggies in there, guys. My sweet potatoes are coming along in the oven, and so now we're just making a giant vegetable soup. I drained the can of peas before I put in there, and so now, guys, I'm just gonna let this simmer. Now, we want this to get mushy so that when we go in and start working it with our turkey, it becomes well blended, you might say. So another thing that I don't have that I did add to the first one is some organ meat, like beef liver, chicken liver, gizzards. You also want to cook those if you're going to add to it. I will try to find that on the next go around. But I bought some cheap cuts of beef that I will add to it here shortly and kind of mix it up so they can get a little extra shot of protein. Ooh, wait, look at that steam. So guys, you can see the vegetables still look very nice and healthy and green and not overcooked. So I'm just gonna take these out with my strainer and I'm gonna put it into our 5-gallon bucket. Sweet potatoes are coming along. These are some of the smaller ones, so I'm just gonna scoop the meat out, guys, no skins. And another thing you wanna make sure is do not add corn. Dogs do not digest corn very well. So we're not gonna be using any cornmeal filler, nothing like that. The only filler I think that we're gonna be using is rice. Other than that, it's going to be just fresh vegetables, turkey, and a little bit of beef. So far, this is what our mixture looks like. 4 cups of rice now in the Instapot, so we're gonna let that get to cooking. Here's the last batch of turkey. I'm letting it cool just a little bit, and we'll add everything, more sweet potatoes as they come ready, and the rice, and then we'll mix this up. Rice has been added. Now we're gonna let it cool off and mix it up. Now we're letting it cool, guys, and then we're gonna bag it up. And I do wanna tell you that we have about $66 invested in about 4 gallons of food here. So we think that we're either gonna break even or we're gonna save a little bit of money, but I'll give you the final at the end of the video. I do wanna mention that if you can get a hold of some bone meal, you can add that. I was not able to add pumpkin, and I also wanted to mention that we have not seen any changes in their bowel habits since we've been feeding them this. So there was no diarrhea, doesn't seem to be any stomach upset. So we're pretty excited with this new recipe. All right, guys, we got it all bagged up. We got probably about 13 days worth. So $66 into 13 days. I would say that yes, we're breaking even. It's probably about $4 a day, and we were paying about $4 a day with their kibble. Now, I do want to say that we are adding a little bit of kibble to this as we get them acclimated to this food, because Miss Bear needs at least 3.5 cups a day, and Hank gets 3 cups a day. So we've got about 4 to 5 cups in each bag. They get fed twice a day. We do not free feed. And so then we'll add whatever kibble it takes to top off to get to the 3 cup or the 3.5 cup quantity, sorry. So this is the way we make it, guys. We made it last week. They've done very well on it. So we're gonna give it another shot. We went to Sam's and picked up everything. So we're gonna see how they do. And I have a feeling that this is probably gonna be our new routine, to do this about every 2 weeks. It is a lot of work. You can make it as hard as easy or as easy as you want. Like I said, do the sweet potatoes in the oven so you don't have to peel them, and just boil all your vegetables together. Be sure and make sure that your carrots are in first, because it's going to take them a little bit longer. Then add the other vegetables as needed until it gets to a good consistency. And then add your rice and your turkey and bone meal if you have it, and pumpkin if you have it. And you're all set, guys. So if we would have had pumpkin, we probably would have gotten to 14 days because it would have topped off these little meals. So thank you for watching. Be sure and do your own homework and stuff, and make sure you know what your dogs may be sensitive to or allergic to. Ours right now, we think we're doing just fine on this, but we will be watching them. So thank you for watching. Take care. God bless. I hope this helps you guys, because even though we may be paying maybe $10 more a month doing it this method, I think in the long run with vet bills, it's going to be much better on us. And I want to make sure and tell you that your dogs should not get more than 1/4 cup of brown rice a day. And we put 4 cups in this whole batch. And as you can see, I have, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, maybe 50 to 55 cups. So that's going to even out just fine. We don't think that we have too much brown rice. Take care. God bless. We'll see you soon.